There are things about Samaritans that some people find, I won't say difficult, but because we are a listening organization, we're not there to provide solutions or give advice or anything like that. And I think in the first instance, people who want to be volunteers always find that a bit of a hurdle, because I think everybody's natural instinct is to give advice and to give a solution.
Can I ask what the thinking is there? Why is it, if it is such a natural response, why is it the wrong response in this case?
Basically, you can't be in anybody else's shoes. You don't know exactly what that person is feeling, and so even if you've gone through, for example, a bereavement and they're talking about bereavement, their experience of bereavement is never going to be the same experience that you've had. So how can you say to that person, I know how you're feeling, or I know what you're going through? You don't. And so it's the fact that we call it just listening, but actually it's active listening. And just for someone to have someone on the end of the phone who they can talk to, who's not going to tell them what to do. They've got family and friends who are going to tell them what to do.
So if anybody is watching or listening to this interview and they're interested, I suppose the obvious thing to say is that they need to be prepared to listen. And secondly, could you give us an indication of what sort of commitment they need to make?
We're hoping that when the service is up and running, that volunteers will do a shift of 3 hours every week. But before that, there's all the training, and the training, there's 10 sessions, and you need to commit to doing all the sessions from the beginning. You can't sort of pick and choose, because it all progresses from one thing to another. But we don't just need listening volunteers, we also need support volunteers, because it's a brand new charity. They're going to need a lot of help, admin, fundraising, awareness raising.
A charity such as this, if successful, and I have no doubt that it will be, it has a very strong board of trustees and a marvellous chair, so I have no doubt that it will be executed in line with the Samaritans principles, which we know are very successful worldwide. And we see it as a government as a complementary service in addition to everything else that exists. Government supporting, of course, as we do with charities and organisations that we believe will contribute positively to Gibraltar. We've also contributed by helping by way of premises.
The Samaritans' mission is that fewer people die by suicide. It's very simple. That is their mission. And the way we do it is by talking to people and hoping to alleviate those feelings of distress that can lead to suicide. We don't only talk to people who are suicidal. You can call us for lots of other reasons as well. But the ultimate mission of Samaritans is that fewer people die by suicide. And from what I've heard, the suicide rate in Gib in the last year has been very high compared to what has been the average in other years. And I think it's a huge issue. And I think setting up Samaritans in Gib, it's the right time to do it now. As a Gibraltarian, even though I don't live here, I live in the UK, but I've been a Samaritan for 12 years. I'm really proud that Samaritans is starting in Gib, and I think it's going to be fantastic.